What's the latest? So the Cardinals play-by-play, is that official? You talk about he's a good guy. You guys all know him. He looks like he's like 35 years old, but he's not.
So I don't know any of this stuff. I just read on Twitter.
Yeah.
So as a guy who's barely allotted a parking pass at Bally's, I don't know anything.
They barely let you in.
Yes. But
did he text you to say, hey, teammate?
No, because I know him. I talk to him, whenever we played Atlanta or whatever. He's a great guy, Chip Caray. But I never had a cell phone. But as I understand it, the contract had not been signed.
Oh, yeah.
So it may not be official. I don't know. Again, as the bottom rung of the Bally's ladder, I'm not privy to that kind of stuff. But if it is Chip Caray, I think it's a great choice. He's a wonderful guy, loves baseball, loves St. Louis, and is really a fun guy. So if that's the case, and again, I have no firsthand knowledge of whether or not that's true, I just read Twitter like everyone else, I think it'd be a great choice.
I think you have enough reports, though, from that David O'Brien from The Athletic, and then Katie Wu confirmed the report. But as you said, I'm sure they're still ironing out all the details of the contract. But, I mean, he's such a big family name. Like, everybody knows, obviously, Harry Carey. Most people, like myself, growing up watching the Superstation, Skip Caray. And
he's got family here.
Well, he's born here, from here.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I know...
He's got the two kids that are twins. Look exactly like him, that are broadcasters.
Somebody worked for the Corner Pub over there, Corner Pub number 2, and she's working there, and she's like, yeah, I'm Harry Carey's granddaughter. I know. Like, that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And I did get a DM from Chip who said, hey, any way we could take a chunk of your salary to make my deal work? And I had to say, I don't.
Give him a chunk.
No, I don't draw salary from Bally.
Oh, you work for free.
I do it for the love of sport.
You work for free. That's right.
Yeah, I do it for the love of baseball.
Good for you.
Do you like what do you think, Nate? Is this your boy?
I'm a big fan of the hire.
Yeah.
Alleged hire.
Alleged hire.
Alleged hire.
Yeah, I think it's a terrific fit. I think Chip is not only extremely qualified, but I just think he's really good.
Yeah.
I think he's really good. He's really professional and in an industry that carries a ton of egos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
I think that you would be hard-pressed to find anyone who has many bad things to say about Chip Caray. Like, he's just a nice guy. And I know that simply because on nights where the Braves and Cardinals would play a primetime game and he would not be doing the game, but they'd still be on the road, obviously, he would come and sit up top in the press box where the writers and the other hacks sit. And but he was always, like, just really gracious with his time. And
I like that.
He'd sit there and talk the game, and I asked him to come on my radio show in Springfield a few times, and he was He was just
unlike somebody we know.
He was just really extremely genuine. And so I don't know. And I think he's a really good broadcaster. He's got the name, he's got the ties to the St. Louis area. He went to Parkway West. He's 58 or 59 years old or something like that.
Great hair.
I think he's going to be
weigh
a
in on
perfect
DeSantis. That's the
Let me see what he looks like. Seth, can you look him up real quick? Yeah,
that we're going to have to measure up.
God, he's got good gosh dang hair.
He does look like a politician.
He does. From California or something. I don't know.
57.
Looks like Gavin Newsom. That's why I said that, by the way. Not because he's like
self-deprecating,
like that,
fun, chill, easy to be around.
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
You said that right off the bat.
Now he's also I'm gonna say this. He's also good buddies with Danny.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that shakes out. And Chip knows how good Danny is. Like, he knows he's replacing a guy who may be the best in baseball. So he got his work cut out for him. But he goes into it with his eyes wide open because he knows Danny and knows how good Danny is.
What happened, do you think, with the guy from Seattle, Goldsmith?
I don't know. I know he's younger. I think
was it like they picked Carey over Goldsmith, or Goldsmith, didn't he back out of it? Did you say you backed
I
out?
read that somewhere again. I don't know
I don't know.
firsthand because my bosses barely know my name.
And you work for free. And you work for free.
They're not going to discuss it with me. But, yeah, I don't know how that all shook out. But, Chip is, I think, in a different place. He's 57. He's got this huge resume already.
Yeah.
And he's got ties here, just like Goldsmith does, too. I just think he's at a different point where it might be an easier transition for him.
Is his real name Chip?
Let's see.
I don't know, but
Carey Christopher Chip Caray the third.
That's what I thought.
But some people fell for the fake Chip Caray account on Twitter.
Like who? Nobody on this.
Who would do that?
Nobody on this.
So
on this show, we
there's
don't
a
do
Chip
that.
Carey.
Yeah.
That said some things, nothing controversial, but kind of let me know
It's not him.
that probably is not him.
You didn't fall for that.
And then a buddy of mine, the great Brad Stroppinger,
He fall for
texted
it?
me and said, "Yeah, there's some people retweeting this."
No way they retweeted that. Who could fall for that?
I just loved his take.
Who could fall for that, Jimmy?
I loved the fake person's take about St. Louis not being in the Midwest. It's the old
Did
joke.
you retweet it?
No, this is an old joke between Martin, Chris Gardner, Matt Rocchio.
Oh.
We have these dumb debates about St. Louis not being in the Midwest.
Oh, it's in the Midwest.
It's tweener, but that's not really the point.
Okay.
Here's what I'll say. I think it shows you this Cardinals job, how many people wanted this, the caliber of people that wanted this. I mean, look, I understand you got to make the call to Joe Buck and Bob Costas just to try. And those guys have millions of dollars. And Joe Buck gets to fly private once a week to call the biggest NFL game in town and then come back to St. Louis and be a dad. Costas has done everything. But when you look at the names, Costas, names like Buck, Carey gets the job. This
Big
Goldsmith
boys,
kid
man.
who's an up-and-comer.
Yeah.
Nate.
I mean, well, but we're talking about dudes that have 30 years covering Major League Baseball and at the network level. Like, they wanted the Cardinals job, and they were in the running for the
Big
Cardinals
time.
job. That just shows you how big this job
Big
is.
time.
It is one of the crown jewels of play-by-play in Major League Baseball,
agree.
no question. And part of it is, too, if you look at ratings every year, Cardinals either number one or number two.
Damn right. Damn right. So you're happy too? Like in all seriousness, like you got to work with the guy. You got to, you're going to have a connection. You had an awesome connection with Danny Mac. This is a little bit different. It's new. You haven't, you can adapt to anybody. Don't get me
My
wrong.
boy is Danny Mac. Always will be.
Yeah.
Always will be. And hopefully at some point, he gets right and we see him doing what he's great
been
at
asking.
again. But I'll tell you, in terms of a hire, from my personal view, if that's the case, if it works out, and it's not official as I understand it, I couldn't ask for a better guy than Chip Caray.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for a better
good, man.
Not only as a broadcaster, but as
a dude.
a guy to work with. I mean,
Yeah.
he's just a great guy.
You want to hear?
Amazing how Jim just ties the broadcast together,
Yes,
doesn't
he does.
You want to hear something? What's up, Charlie?
No, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Different job, but when I first got here and Panger got here, you're getting a national network level broadcaster
Right.
to come do your local broadcast. Now, I know Chip was doing Atlanta Braves games, but when Darren Pang took the Bally's job, most people know Darren Pang from the national level.
Yeah.
And when you get a name like that to come do your local broadcast, a guy that's done playoff baseball games, that's a big deal.
Me and Kate and I should say, we were watching an old game or something. It was like in the 90s. And I'm like, that's Panger. Panger was calling it. He had hair back in the 90s. I'm like, God, he's been around for a while. Big time. Doing all those big games. Oh, yeah. I remember having Doc Emmerich in Jersey. That was kind of cool. He was awesome. Anytime he walked. There you go. Anytime, and Doc was great at fight calling. He'd get into it.
He's awesome.
He'd get into it. You want to play some highlights of him? Let's hear this cat, dude.
All right, this is 2004. I think these are great calls. This is doing games for WGN and the Cubs, and the Cardinals are in town. And let's just say the Mang had a pretty big day, a 5-hit day.
High fly ball right center field by Pujols. Will the ballpark hold it? The answer, no. Pujols is 2 for 2. 25 homers, 67 driven in. And it's a 7-2 game. That's why this lead is not safe today. Pujols 3 for 3. With 2 runs batted in, and that might be another home run. It is. 1 pitch in a 1-run game. Runner goes. Pitch cut on, driven right field, pretty deep. Sammy back. Sammy leaps. It is in the basket, I think. Yes, it is. Pujols, a 5-hit, 3-homer game. Unbelievable.
I like it. Is that fireworks? Or
There was
static?
always fireworks when Albert Pujols strode to the plate.
Sure was.
Yeah,
We'll miss him.
I like those calls. Holy hell! I fell for the fake Chip account. Guess I hadn't had enough coffee yet this morning. God dang it! Thanks for mentioning that, Sharon.